Sorry without it. Hit the button.
That's a good start.
We're off to a good start. We're off and running.
We're off to a better start than you had last time.
That's it. That's all we gotta do.
Be better every day.
Better every day. Episode 399 is here. What is up, boys? Danny rocking that old school Eli tonight.
What's going on?
China?
Yes. Technically California.
Well, via China.
That is the first stop, right?
The boat goes to California and then it flies.
The return label said California for both jerseys.
Well, I mean, tax purposes, you know.
No, for sure.
per government purposes, California it is.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Good for California making SEC jerseys.
Fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah. It's actually not bad. Not a bad one, so.
No, looked good in the pictures. Even the neighbors one looked good. Did the neighbors come with the patch?
No, it didn't. Did not.
Ooh.
It's okay.
I had the only Chinese kids who've had the patch with them.
It's honestly okay. I probably won't wear that one much anyway. So.
No,
the Cowboy game is getting the Burns jersey, and I don't think it has the patch. I haven't even looked, but it's okay. I don't need it on there.
Bought a Burns jersey already?
I did.
Does he even have a sack?
He does.
Strip sack last week.
Oh, he had the strip sack on Sunday. All right.
Good job, Vin. Good job, Vincent. Just remember, our Malik is a lot better than your Malik. Just remember that.
I mean, our Malik.
2-1.
Excuse me. Should we go through all the stats? Yours doesn't count.
Can we say how
Will Levis more rushing yards? My Malik definitely has more rushing yards than
Since I'm not going to be on during the baseball segment, can I just say fuck the Major League Baseball for not thinking better about this situation when they had
knowing that there was a hurricane a week ago?
Whole fucking week.
Okay.
And the Braves were like, no, fuck this. We're trying to get a gate. Okay,
is this a good?
They don't even get people to show up.
I think it's a good thing, but it's the Mets we're talking about. So Monday is going to be an all-time LOL Mets potential.
This has
event. Like I told my cousin, this is either going to be the most all-time LOL Mets moment, or it's going to be on our Blu-ray Blu-ray in a month. There's no in between.
This has Monday being so important that we're going to need a dead Kodai Sengai to pitch one of the games in San Diego, because we're going to play in 3 different time zones in, 72 hours of each other. 4 games.
See,
in 3 time zones.
The problem
because of this
is so basically the long and short of it is they have to win 3 games of the last 5.
Just to get in.
If they win 3 of the last 5, which is not crazy, the Diamondbacks would have to be perfect in order for the Mets to miss the playoffs.
Padres all day, baby.
But this also says, like Danny says, this has, because I don't know what the heck is going on with the doubleheader, as in, like, what if somebody wins the first game and that's it, like, and that decides everything.
So they said that the games are going to be played based on what is needed for the postseason. So basically, it's basically going to be a seeding game. It's going to be seeding games because ideally right now, I think the Braves have a 1-game tiebreak lead, quote unquote, because of the win on Tuesday.
Basically, yeah.
So the Mets would have to win game 1 of the series unless the Diamondbacks and Mets both clinch playoff spots. Then technically the Braves would be out.
So like,
really,
what happens if?
And since the Mets hold the tiebreakers, you may not need Monday.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what happens if we get to Monday and somebody wins, like the Braves win the first game, whatever.
Brandon Sprout pitches game 2.
Yeah, 2 bullpen games.
Right.
Ottavito pitches 18 innings.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I also look.
I'm in. Ottavito for 18 innings.
40-man today.
But let's face it. It's the Mets. We know Monday is going to be important. We've seen this movie.
Why wouldn't us playing in Atlanta be important on Monday, Vin? Why wouldn't it?
It's the Mets.
It's hell. It's hell on earth for us in baseball for our entire lives.
This has disappointment all over it, and we saw this coming.
Correct. I don't know what they're going to do with the pitching. If I were them, I'd keep Manaea Friday so he can pitch as early into the playoffs.
No, it's Quintana. I thought it was Friday.
That's what it says. They said now because that's the way it was.
That's the way it was set up based on the Atlanta.
But they're at
series
the point they had basically one game in 4 days. You can pitch anybody you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everybody's rested.
Except for Sevy.
Sevy is slotted to pitch
Sunday.
Sunday, but he could now pitch one of the Monday games, and you could pitch.
If they.
Oh, we can't have Sevy pitch Monday unless we need it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
This is going to come down to a game 2 of the doubleheader started by Tyler McGill. That's what's.
Oh my God!
happen.
No.
Because
we're gonna throw Tyler. You know what they should do?
God.
You know what they should do is let Tyler McGill start like Saturday, just to make sure he doesn't start any of these games.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Let him start Saturday just to get him off the idea of Monday.
Let him pitch Friday, get his start out of the way as early as possible.
Yeah, but then he's the rested guy for Tuesday.
If they legitimately have to play all 5 of these games and they're in the playoffs somehow, those things happen. They're doing bullpen game on Tuesday. They don't, or Sean Manaea is pitching on 3 days rest.
Listen,
my God.
Hey, I'm okay with that, especially because he's leaving anyway to go get a bag. To go get the bag, right? He's going to get the bag.
Talk about a shitty hand.
So Evan Roberts got a phone call today. I'm driving home from work, right? And he was asked the question at this point, looking at everything, and based on this is pre them calling the 2 games and moving them to Monday. What would be more disappointing in his life? The Mets blowing this and not making the playoffs, or the Jets not making the playoffs again this year?
The Mets. He's a bigger Mets fan.
Jets. The answer was the Jets. The window for the Mets is a lot bigger with the younger talent than it is with the Jets with Rodgers at the quarterback. So,
that might be true. I am.
Jets are win now.
The
Mets
window,
we weren't supposed to be in this situation.
That's what I'm saying. If you're considering this a win, I don't know what the window looks. I can't see the window right now.
There is no window. We're winning it all this year and closing the window for good.
We're running
all dying after that World Series.
We're running at something. It could be a glass door or it could be an open door. I have no idea what it is. Because I was texting this. I told this to Danny the other day. This team is just filled with guys that the other shoe was going to drop at any fucking second. The real David Peterson's going to come back at the worst possible time.
Sunday.
That's just it's just the only option at this point.
Sunday, Saturday, whatever day they decide to let him pitch. That's going to be
been in the league for half a decade, and I don't think enough of it made of this. He decided in the middle of the fucking season to throw different, and it's been fine.
Oh, Mahina.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw sidearm. Isn't there an adjustment period to these things? What happened? He turned an adjustment period. It was called
bullpen sessions.
It just doesn't. But the other side of this is, if any team in Mets history has earned our trust on bouncing back, it's this one.
We were driving to the game on Friday, my dad and I. He said the craziest thing with this season is the bounce. And then there was a play middle of the week last week where the pitcher threw a wild pitch, hit the backstop, went right into Alvarez's glove with the runner on third.
Yeah.
It's all about Sunday night hitting the third base.
I was going to bet to get that. Those things don't happen in Flushing.
That's what I'm saying. So
those things don't happen in Flushing. There's weird shit going on. There's hurricanes in Atlanta right now that we've never known. I always thought they curved to the Carolinas and skipped Atlanta.
But it's also like now we don't have to face Sale or Max Fried. They're both going to pitch this weekend,
Right?
We have
Because
to
they're
face
so
a stupid
they're so
Schoenbach
important
guy
than
again.
those. They're of course, shockingly, the Braves are better lined up for the postseason than we are at this point.
Of course,
Pitching wise.
It's just. But again,
it's just like there's no in between. It's the Mets. It's
Correct.
either going to be the most LOL Mets day of all time, or this is going to be on our Blu-ray DVD of the 2024 New York Mets, of how we all hated this team up until June, and it's like, what? The hottest team in the league, and some way, somehow, they claw it together, and we're happy.
we just need.
Stinker said that it was his understanding that if Monday's second game isn't needed for postseason purposes, and the picture was already set after game 1, they would not even play the game 2.
Correct.
The teams would leave after game 1 and just go ahead.
Now my question is, I don't know what scenario there is that happens. Like,
I mean, ideally, the scenario is the Brewers have nothing to play for, and we win 3 games, clinch a playoff spot, and the Diamondbacks clinch their playoff spot, then the Braves have nothing to play for. Then really, we're just going to play one game for a seeding spot between the Mets and the Diamondbacks.
I don't know.
Which, again, doesn't really matter because we have a tiebreaker with them. So what's the point of even going to Atlanta? Especially if they end up jumping us. What's the point of us going to Atlanta? Because we could just stay in Milwaukee. Because if Milwaukee doesn't have a bye.
Correct. All right, we got some. This is. I don't know why. We have problems, but we
always have problems.
We have some good stuff going on. The Pirates are beating the Brewers. That's good. We need the Brewers to lose so that it doesn't matter anymore.
Correct.
Because if they lose, then they can't get the first or second seed, and then poof, their life doesn't matter anymore.
The other thing we need is the Dodgers to get swept so that the Padres have everything to play for this weekend because they're going to Arizona.
Correct. And that game obviously doesn't start till 10 o'clock. Arizona, same thing. The Royals are beating the Nats 3-0.
Does that make sense? What does that have to do with us at all?
The Royals are playing the Braves. So
next.
So if they continue to win and need to win to get into the, well, actually, they might be bad. I think we needed the Nationals to lose because the Royals might be locked up if they win that game. I don't know. It's too confusing.
I thought the Royals were eliminated.
The Royals are the 3rd seed in the AL. I mean, the 3rd wild card. My apologies.
This is why you shouldn't have interleague baseball the last 3 weeks of the season.
It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. So at the moment, we have to worry about the fucking Twins now. This is too complicated. I don't like fucking races. The Twins are the worst baseball team that man has ever created. I'm just saying that. They keep losing.
Also, whose genius idea was it waking up this morning, looking out the window in Atlanta and saying, This is the type of weather Francisco Lindor and his bad back should rejoin the team.
I think that was a scare tactic. They knew they weren't playing these games.
Oh yeah, this was.
They said it on the fan. This is the biggest fluke lineup, and if they do announce they're playing the game, there's no way that they don't announce a lineup change 20 minutes before and that he's out.
No, I would have put fucking Harrison Bader at shortstop. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing. 100%. And Tatis, Acuna's pitching. Like, whatever. It don't matter.
Oh, okay. Anywho.
That was just awful.
We still have, we'll never next week when we record episode 400, we'll know where every team is. Hopefully by then. Hopefully by Wednesday.
We might be playing a playoff game during that show. I don't fucking know.
Vin, 3 wins and we're playing a playoff game next Wednesday, okay? No matter what.
Essentially 3 wins. Again, if the Diamondbacks go 4-0, then I think we have to match how many wins they get. But I mean,
where's my Padres jerseys? Where's my Brian Giles Padre jersey?
Where is it? Did you see how they won that game last night?
A game-ending triple play with
Triple
Ohtani
play. This sport is so dumb.
The world, when it's Mets Padres in the National League Championship Series, the world is literally going to explode.
It is not inconceivable that the Mets have to go to LA to play a wild card series next week. That's insane.
They spent $1 billion this offseason.
Yes. And
they deferred 999 of it, but
and it is conceivable that they don't win the division.
They have no pitching whatsoever.
What's that pitching? I know they don't have any pitching, but what's the matchup right now? Cease is pitching for the Padres against Jack Flaherty. Jack Flaherty is probably their best pitcher right now. But like fucking Cease could just dominate.
Kershaw is going to start game 1 of a playoff series in the year 2022, where he played 4 games all season.
Kershaw's got a worse back than Lindor. I mean, that guy, he should be walking around in a bubble.
KC's up 3-0.
Again, so that might be bad. Because if they win today, I think they like clinch their spot. And then they don't really have to do anything this weekend. I think.
Let's see.
Because if they win, Twins lose, which is what's happening.
They're actually the 5 seed right now, Vincent.
Right, so then it's not going to matter for them.
Who clinched magic numbers? Yankees 1 for the East. AL playoff spots. Royals magic number is 4. Tigers magic number is 4. The Dodgers for the West is 4. Diamondbacks, Mets are both 4, and the Braves are 5.
That's as of right now?
That's as of right this moment.
Okay, so then they do have to at least play one of the games. And then if they lose, they got to keep... I mean, I need to know... Twins... Like, the Twins were, like, pretty solidly in a playoff spot and have literally just collapsed off the face of the earth.
Just vanished.
They're 8-14 in September. Like, that's awful. That's 07 Mets stuff.
Well,
terrible.
White Sox are going on a winning streak this week, it looks like. They're currently up 2-0.
Tigers, they're playing the Tigers right now.
No, they're playing the Angels right now.
They're playing the Tigers this weekend.
When I went on Twitter and I saw a tweet that said the Angels are out White Soxing the White Sox.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a problem.
Yeah, I think they beat them yesterday. The White Sox did.
Anyways, fun fact. Also, they mentioned on the fan. In the Wink Martindale era, for defensive coordinator as a New York Giant, in his all-out blitz defense that he loved to run, Daniel, the Giants hit Dak Prescott 0 times.
89-17 last year. So that's all you need to know about that game. This has Cowboys finding... See, the thing with the Cowboys, they're bullies. So we're not on their level. So they're going to find a way to like absolutely just annihilate us. So it's going to be fun.
So
I'm glad I'm not going.
The biggest difference
is the running game, and we have to find a way.
It's not even the running game. It's the offensive line in there. Like, if you watched, like, I was watching, falling asleep watching the replay of the game on NFL Network the other night. And, like, they stacked one side of the line, the Ravens, and just bull rushed the 2 rookies. And just bull rushed them and got by them every time in that first half. And, like, you kind of see that and you kind of think, all right, if you kind of do, like, one of those, mix and matches over there throughout the game, if they continue that same pass rush that they had against Cleveland, granted, everybody got hurt on the offensive line for the Browns, they should be able to finally hit Dax a couple times. Should be.
It's just going to be interesting to see how they're going to not contain, because they're not going to contain him. But it's going to be interesting to see with two of your starting DBs out tomorrow.
Is McLeod playing? Did they say?
Oh, I don't know about McLeod, but Adoree and Drew Phillips are both out.
Right, that I saw. I figured Phillips was going to be out. They said Adoree had a long shot to play, but short week, long week. You may have seen Phillips, but short week. So,
I mean, they own us, plain and simple. They own us, so it's gonna be an interesting one. This is their right game to get everything back on track, and this is where our youth and not being so good is gonna come and haunt us. So, hopefully, I'm surprised. I'll be honest.
listen, it's going to come down to our safeties and helping Banks against CeeDee Lamb. Which Banks is, you said it was the last week. Banks has been playing well. He's
stat wise,
even Cooper didn't have a great game. I mean, those first 11 seconds on Sunday, you're not really mad about.
It's just
the long run.
It's never been his game, but like one of these days, he just has to turn around and like get an interception or a bad play. Like he needs to make
the ball
instead of getting Moss. But it's more of the Giants having him have to play CB1 right away than him having be CB1.
Well, that was a financial decision at the long run because you had Jackson signed. You could have re-signed McKinney, and which ideally McKinney would have been the help for him more Jackson.
Well, we should have, going back at it, looking back at the Hard Knock situation, we should have made the trade to Burns, lose that second-round draft pick, not keeping McKinney. Granted, McKinney's getting paid a lot of money. And then losing the draft pick in the second round where they were eyeing a legit corner. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. So
listen, they brought in a coordinator where they looked at the team.
No, I know what they did. I'm just saying it's just one of those situations of like ultimate what if scenarios.
Vincent, are you enjoying our Xavier?
He is. He texted me the other day.
He's great. Like
haven't had a safety like that since Micah Hyde.
It's been a while. He had I would call it the game ceiling, but really just time wise, the game was kind of over already. Interception in this one, and they show the old 22, and he's on the far hash. And Levis throws it, and he just bolts to the far sideline, and gets there before the receiver does. And just,
Will Levis is trash. Like, he makes trash look good.
Will Levis, it was one of those. What was the guy's name? It was burned into my memory. The dude from the Vikings that I got scared of when he.
I remember when Christian Ponder got hurt.
Christian Ponder got hurt, and they played Joe Webb. It was a Joe Webb moment because the first drive, the Titans walked down the field like it was
right.
Nothing.
It was 7-0 Titans early. I remember that. Yeah.
And then, they came back. We came back, scored. I think we got like a normal stop. We kicked a field goal, and they came out the next drive, and he stepped back and looked down D-Hop the entire time, and Ja picked it and took it back, and I was like, oh, there's Will Levis.
That's the guy I've been hearing about for 3 weeks. Got it.
And after that, it was never close. They murdered him in the second half. I think they had 7 sacks in the second half. Like, he had no chance. He was getting destroyed. It wasn't a lot of his fault. Their offensive line wasn't that great, but he was just getting destroyed. I feel bad for him. Yeah. I don't feel bad for the Titans who lost.
Is he one of those where we're gonna see in like 6 years where he's on the Vikings and dominating the league like Sam Darnold?
No, I don't think so. He might. He'll bounce around like, fucking what's the dude from the Bills, Nathan Peterman. Like, he'll be somebody's backup forever. But no, he
Pat
stinks.
Mahomes. Pat Mahomes loves to have those backups just chilling.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I know Danny Dimes can move a little bit. Having a running quarterback is a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. Malik Willis
You never
You had Aaron Rodgers.
I know when Aaron can run, not like this.
And I mean,
Malik
and
Willis,
I mean, technically, Favre ran. It was kind of goofy looking, but Favre kind of ran around a little
both
too.
of those guys could run
And his
around.
magical Parkinson's disease.
Malik Willis was
That's
like.
why he didn't have any idea about the money, Daniel. Didn't you pay attention?
It wasn't, I'm not saying it was Lamar, but he was slipping and sliding, ducking out of sacks, and
so you're trading your $55 million quarterback?
No, it's funny that it went down this way. I don't know if you guys ever did this. Whenever I had a Madden franchise and my quarterback got hurt, I would sign a fast guy and just run read option and just go. And I was like, the Packers did what I do. They just got a fast guy and went, yeah, let's just run. I mean, no, honestly, you have to give Matt LaFleur a huge amount of credit. He kind of, I looked at it like he basically had 2 weeks to prep for this game with whatever passing attack they were going to use because they didn't throw the ball last week. So, or 2 weeks ago, whatever. But they ran the ball 53 times. So any passing plays they had loaded up, they didn't use last week. So you got all of them in this week, and they worked. He made the throws he's supposed to make. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't fumble. He didn't make any stupid throws. Listen, he did it, and he did his job. Now it seems again. I said this last week that it seemed like Jordan was close. He said he was close again to playing this week.
He practiced.
Now it's the Vikings.
It was more practice today, and right before we went on, I got an alert that said there's a shot he plays this week.
It's the Vikings.
Who are you playing next week?
The Rams.
Two banged up teams.
I think it's in LA.
I would hold him off for that because
No, he's got to play against the Vikings.
Come on,
so they're not as bad as we all thought they would be, huh?
The Vikings?
Yeah.
I guess not. I mean,
is it them or is it Sam Darnold? The goat, Sam Darnold.
I personally think I underestimated Kevin O'Connell. I know most people haven't. He has, I think, done a good job. Obviously, they have the best receiver in the league, so that helps. Yeah.
Listen, Coach Kelly may suck at winning games, but they've produced wideouts in LSU.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that was before Coach Kelly.
Well, no, Neighbors wasn't there before Coach Kelly, was he? Or was it the same year?
It was probably the same year, but
this is year 3, right?
Jefferson.
And Chase and Higgins.
Coach O.
No, Higgins was
the
Clemson. I get the guys that played each other in that championship game confused all the time.
Right.
It's a crazy. Sam Darnold and Andy Dalton are about to compete for comeback player of the year.
I mean, it's a serious embarrassment what Andy Dalton was able to do. It's really that's not good.
The Raiders are gonna Raider.
But it doesn't look good for Young. Like, at least if Dalton looked bad, at least you can kind of make the argument. Okay, it's the team, not just the quarterback.
No, he threw for
Dalton went out there and was like, "It's not that hard, kid."
I mean, Dalton's just gonna become, if he hasn't already, he's just Ryan Fitzpatrick at this point. It's like you just bring him in, and he's like, there's a baseline of. He threw for 319 yards and 3 touchdowns. I know it's the Raiders, but still.
Listen, he has a shot this week to eliminate the Cincinnati Bengals from anything this year.
I mean, he
when
does.
The Panthers host the Bengals this week.
I wonder if that means anything to him. Do you know when the last time he played for the Bengals was?
At least 5,
3
6
years
ago.
At least 3.
A long time ago.
It was at least 3.
He was the Cowboys quarterback during COVID.
Yeah.
Right, when Dax got hurt. When
He
Dak
hasn't
got
been a
hurt.
Bengal since 2019. So it's like
Nailed it without realizing it. Nice.
But really not that. That's not
Cowboys,
true.
Bears, Saints, and then now he's been with the Panthers for 2 years.
Remember the one of the greatest clips of all time, him throwing that, was it on the Saints when he threw the pick six in Arizona? The slow motion pick six with the guy diving behind him, and everyone was like, well, that's the end of Andy Dalton. Listen,
He played pretty well in Dallas that COVID year.
Evan Roberts said it the best about Sam Darnold. He left the Jets, and then he went to winning mentality franchises.
Right.
He sat
Well,
on the bench
he
in
did
San
go to Carolina for a year.
Okay, but wasn't that the year
2
they
years.
did well?
They did all right. Wasn't any like.
So it's better than what the Jets were doing. Then he went to San Francisco last year, sat on the bench, and just worked with that coaching staff. And now look at him.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the most sought out free agents at the end of the year.
He went.
Sure is.
He was in Carolina for 2 years.
Yeah, he was in Carolina for 2 years. Yep.
I feel like Bleacher Report just has this alert like on standby now every week. Giants keys to victory. Why Dexter Lawrence and Malik Neighbors are X factors. And they just changed the ending of in Thursday night matchup versus Cowboys to whatever that week's matchup is. Consistent.
The Yankees are kind of stinking it up a little bit.
They losing again? How about the baby bottle for Jackson, huh?
What?
Jackson Holiday had like
a baby bottle.
Like
No.
baby bottles on ice waiting for him in the locker room after they clinched the playoff spot.
Got it.
Because he's not 21.
He also kind of stinks, which is good for him.
Less pressure next year when he makes the team out of camp.
I mean, he is hitting 169 right now. So, not the best.
When he wins World Series MVP, Vincent, you're going to be like, what happened to that 169, bro?
I really doubt they're making the World Series. But also, I feel like baseball is very wide open right now. Like, there is no dominant
The
team.
Tigers are about to make the playoffs.
Tigers might win the fucking World Series, for all I know.
We're finally getting the 06 matchup we wanted, boys. We're getting the Tigers World Series.
I still think that they played so bad in that World Series because they were expecting the playoffs. They were like, what are these idiots? Cardinals team doing here.
Did you see the stat with Yadier retiring after last year? They went from a top 3 team in stolen bases against to 29th this season.
I mean, makes sense.
That'll do it. Anthony DeComo says they haven't announced their pitching yet, but it's likely Mania will start Friday. And it's because that's the only way to guarantee him a regular rest potential wild card series start next week.
So if he starts Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta go with
you probably go Peterson on Saturday.
But then you're getting lefty.
Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Sevy, whatever.
Sevy on short rest. Saturday, let him go a couple innings. See what you need.
Pitch him Sunday. No seeing what you need. We're not doing that anymore. I'm done forever with seeing what you need.
Seeing what you need never works.
I think you go Mania, Peterson, Sevy. No, Sevy's pitching. With the break, you probably go Mania, Peterson, Quintana, and then Sevy's set to pitch one of the Monday games.
Or Quintana goes Saturday because he was supposed to pitch Friday.
You could, yeah. And then
because you're going to trust him over Peterson Sunday for game 2, aren't you?
I just don't know.
Who do you trust?
You would.
Short last?
Well, it's going to be game 3. That's what they're saying is they don't. No one's pitching game 1. We're just
Or
to the sky game 1. Jose Buto bullpen game.
No, because we need Buto later on. Let Ottavito start game 1. I don't care. If we're going to throw it out the window, Ottavito for 8 innings.
We're going to
Let's
throw
go.
it out the window. We're going to throw playoff games out the window against the Padres again. I can't wait. Oh, the pain.
Yeah, but we're going to do it in San Diego this time, so it's totally different.
Oh, so yeah, so it's not completely
not as painful.
depressing.
We don't have to be there.
That was an awful, awful evening. Oh, I'm speaking of evenings. I meant to ask you this. You guys stayed the whole fucking game on Friday? Your car was still there when I left.
To about the bottom of the 8th, I think we.
I guess we must have just missed you.
We were walking out after they hit in the 8th, I believe it was, or after we pitched in the 8th. I don't remember, one of the two. I think we did the long walk around the stadium.
That's what. Okay.
To get out after they pitched or hit in the 8th.
Whoever
I went to the bathroom, came out, and Alvarez was on the mound. And
whoever pitched the 8th gave up a 2-run homer, and that's when we walked.
Sure
out.
did. Sure did.
I think it was. I don't know.
Who cares?
Danny Young. I couldn't tell.
No, it was him. It was him.
Yeah, I thought it was. And then that was it.
The fact that I wasn't watching the game on Tuesday, and then I turn it on and they're down 4-1 and Ottavito's, or 5-1 and Ottavito's on the mound, and I go, all right, good night. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
I want the Diamondbacks to get swept by the Giants, win on Friday, clinch the playoff spot, and just throw out Ottavito's arm, make him ineligible for the playoffs. I'd rather Senga with no arm on my playoff roster over Ottavito.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeez,
but don't forget, Ottavito said Mets wouldn't be where they are without him, so it's okay.
I mean, yeah, they had more wins if it wasn't for him. He's correct.
We wouldn't be in the situation where Monday would matter if it wasn't for him.
The fact that he's still on, he was literally like doing shows on SNY, Baseball Night in New York, talking about like who they should sign, and then he was on the team 2 weeks later. Like, why?
They held out.
I remember opening day, he like came in the game or whatever, one of the games early in the season. I'm like, what's on the radio? I'm like, he's on the team? How did this guy make the team?
Anyway, let's do picks.
Also, the Twins are down 3-0 to the Marlins.
Yeah, they were down 3-0 in the first fucking inning.
And also the Tigers are 5-1 on the Rays. Listen, it's the power of Mark Canha. That's what it is.
It might be. Doesn't bode well for their playoff chances, but
got to be in it to have a shot, Vincent.
This is an easy one. It's Cowboys 4.5. Not even thinking about it.
It's not a big number, guys. I'm sorry.
This number needs to be bigger so that I could take
It's 5.5 now. It was 5.5 yesterday when I looked.
This number needs to be bigger so I can actually take the Giants. Like, I need it to be bigger just to cover.
You're not. Are you going, Steve?
I am.
Oh, Jesus. Godspeed.
We are definitely going. Well, we didn't expect the hurricane to make it up here by tomorrow, so.
It's coming.
It's not hurricane weather. It's supposed to be on and off all day tomorrow, so not too bad. I have the 10 in the lot, and we got ponchos for the seats. Fuck it.
I mean, we've lost 12 out of 13 against them, so.
Saints look like shit, and the Falcons look good in a loss. Also, fuck the Falcons because they wouldn't let Carson Steele get in the end zone twice when the Chiefs had the ball inside the 10-yard line. 2 drives inside 10-yard line. Carson Steele couldn't score. And if he did, I would have won $700. But no.
I don't know who Carson Steele is.
They're starting running back.
The running back in KC now, the white guy.
Yeah, Hunt's going to take over this week. So,
what happened to Pacheco?
He broke his leg. Way to pay attention.
Completely missed that. When did he break his leg?
2 weeks ago?
Week?
No, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He
Right.
played week 2, and that's when I think.
Right. Week 2.
They played
'Cause
Sunday
he
Night
had a
Football.
big week
That's
2
what it
before
was.
he
I
played.
fell asleep Sunday Night Football. That's not my fault.
That wasn't Sunday Night Football though.
Yes, it was. They played
No,
the
last
Texans.
week was Sunday Night Football.
That's why I
When they
missed it.
played
Okay, so
Atlanta,
the
that was
Bengal
Sunday
game.
Night
I missed
Football.
it. I missed it during the Bengal game. That's what it was.
That's when it happened.
Oh, that's right. They played Monday.
They played the Bengals on Sunday at 4:00, and then they played the Texans.
No,
Yes.
they played the Falcons.
Played the Falcons this week
Oh, that's what I
in
meant.
Atlanta.
That's what I meant.
Now that the Saints are down to earth, I'm going to take the Falcons.
The Saints stink. I'm taking the Falcons.
Taking the Rams.
Yeah, I don't fuck.
How are the Bears -2.5 in this game?
Because the Rams have no players.
I trust the Rams with no players, then I trust Clyde Williams with all his players.
Right.
And Keenan Allen may play.
He doesn't look good. I mean, he threw for a lot of yards this week, but
He leads the league rookies and quarterback in yards.
I'm riding the Donald train for at least one more week.
okay. The fact that we're favorites is big.
As a sign, yes.
That means he's playing. And I'm taking us.
Steelers.
Goal.
That's fucking... I'm putting money on that one. Are you kidding me? 1.5?
Steelers.
Can we just talk about how Justin Fields makes Anthony Richardson look worse than he actually does?
I mean, TJ Watt might actually murder Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Who's backing up Anthony Richardson this year?
Great question.
I want.
Is it T.Y. Hilton who threw Seth Rollins out of a box the other day?
You both take a guess. Just pick one of the random backup quarterbacks.
I don't have to guess. I already looked it up.
Who is
Okay,
it?
Dan, take a guess. Who's the random backup?
Chase Daniel. Kidding.
That's actually a good pick. That's actually really good. That's a really good.
I know he's retired.
It's
Who is
Flacco.
it? Close enough.
You know what the sad part is Richardson gets hurt. I have more faith in Flacco the rest of the season.
The way he played last year? You kidding me?
Oh, Knicks looked good, but granted,
please.
you got to look at that matchup that he had.
Oh, Knicks. I hate Sean Payton with all of my soul. Give me the Jets.
It's a big spread. That's the thing.
It is. You're right.
Jets are going to cover, but barely cover it. It may actually be like a 7, an even 7. Oh, my God.
Yo, I'm tempted to take the Bucks.
Did you know the Bucks have not started 3-0 since their Super Bowl run in 2002?
I did not know that, but they're only 2-1, so.
Well, they would have been 3-0 if they actually showed up and played last week.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. I need some wins.
They look like crap last week, but shout out Saquon.
4.5. You're telling me this game is not half?
I mean,
Bengals at Panthers.
Give me the Bengals. Screw it.
Yeah, same.
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton revenge game. Let's go.
Ew.
Texans.
Texans.
Are we all in agreement? Trevor Lawrence stinks.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe it.
Hey,
I really don't.
I'm starting not to blame Urban Myers for going to the strip clubs that whole year.
But like he was really good the year after that, though. Like he was the guy he was supposed to be. And
Right.
I don't know what happened.
And then he was bad last year. How they paid him and he got worse.
Maybe Doug Peterson and his visor stink.
Doug Peterson loses this week. He's on the hot seat.
He should be on the hot seat right now.
He should be, but it's warm. I think it's warm right now.
I mean, I don't
Well,
know
they
how
have
warm-
they're in an 8-game losing streak, so
Yeah. Goodbye.
Cut.
I'm taking the Commanders. That's a big spread.
I wouldn't call it a big spread, but I'm definitely taking Commanders. Even
the way he
though
played.
They haven't punted in 2 weeks. Cliffy's revenge game.
Oh, I hate him though.
Yeah, I didn't say I liked him.
this game has Daniels and Harrison Jr. just both going touchdown for touchdown
Yeah,
on each
rookie of
other.
the year.
Yeah.
It's a
9.5.
big spread for a shitty Niners team right now.
Oh,
Purdy
I don't
full
know.
go today on Wednesday of practice. Also, Kittle was limited, but did all the important stuff today.
I'm gonna take the points.
And McCaffrey's in Germany.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Yeah, I mean he's just not around.
Yeah, I kind of wish they didn't say, "Oh, he's okay." I would have kept Kamara in the 4th round.
No, Danny, it's the Niners. The Niners can't do anything wrong.
Oh
Kyle
no,
Shanahan's a
he'll be
god.
fine week 1. Don't worry.
Yep. Kyle
Then 2
Shanahan's a
hours
god.
before 2 hours before the game. Oh, by the way, he ain't playing. Wait, what?
All right. He might never play again.
I'm gonna take the Niners to cover, mainly because I have Brock Purdy and
Brock Purdy stinks.
I need him to do well. Excuse me, he didn't lose the game last week. I'll tell you that.
I know he didn't. But
Oh man, this game's brutal.
This league just loves.
can I be honest? This 4:00 slate kind of stinks. Until the Packers are 1:00. Yeah, okay, even Chiefs Chargers. I'm very interested to see what a Harbaugh coach team does against the
Chargers cover.
I'm taking the fucking Browns. No, I don't know. Raiders.
So the answer to the questions are Jets Broncos at 1. And we're getting Chiefs Chargers and Patriots Niners at 4.
I'm gonna find a bar to watch the Packer game at in Milwaukee. It's gonna be fun.
Are you going to be at the airport?
My flight's not till 5:00, and the
Ah.
game's at. My flight's at 5:00 their time, and the game is at noon. Central
So
Time.
you got all fucking day.
I got all fucking day.
What time's your dad's flight? Same
I
time?
think it's around the same time. So
You guys
either I'm dragging them to the bar with me. My other thought was airport bar, but those are probably like twice as expensive as a normal fucking bar that I could just go.
And you're playing the Vikings. You may want to go to a regular bar.
That's what I'm saying.
It might save you some money by going to the regular bar.
Yeah. You never know how this game could go.
I just think the Raider defense is better, especially with a hurt Garrett. So I'll take that. I don't know who the Chargers backup is, so I'm taking the Chiefs. Who's Herbert? Who's playing for Herbert?
Who played for him last week?
I thought he played.
He got hurt.
He
He left the game
started.
early.
Oh yeah,
Taylor Heineke.
that's
Oh,
right.
great. Chiefs cover.
Yeah, Chiefs covering.
Chiefs are covering that 7.5. I'll tell you this: 3 weeks in, Josh Allen's at league MVP.
Getting points. Give me that.
Ravens kind of turned it on the other day.
I know. I still think the Bills are pretty fucking good, though. I'm sticking with the Bills. Now,
This
This
game has
might be
Ravens
the-
winning it because the Bills always lose this type of game.
it's a big test.
Now, Monday. What are we doing this? What's with the two games on Monday again? They just know one's going to be so bad that they have to show the other one?
I mean, that first one might be the worst Monday night game I've ever seen in my life. It's the Titans
All right,
against.
we're getting Tyler Huntley versus Will Levis.
I'll go with the home team on this one.
There is absolutely nothing the Titans can do right. Lions whipping out the black jerseys with the matte blue helmet.
helmets. That's interesting.
I'm in. I'm all in on it.
Yeah, I'm going Lions.
48.5.
Give me 50. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I was going to say, I'm going to say 53. On this one.
I'll go 51.
Definitely think it's going to be up there scoring wise. Both offenses could be explosive. Both defenses are kind of can't really tell how Seattle's defense is because they played
Okay.
against
Before Danny goes.
Skywalker.
And if this video was sent in one of our group chats and I didn't realize, I apologize. I forgot. Did you guys see the video of the kid with the stolen car?
No.
Okay, perfect. There's a kid who steals a car. The cop he goes back to his house with the car.
Okay.
The cops follow him and he gets out of the car like this. You can't see it. It's a Kansas City Royals hat and a Michael Conforto jersey.
Let's go.
I don't know what this kid's doing.
So is that why Clem posted the picture of the Conforto mom photo?
No, Conforto's hit homers.
Conforto had a 3-run homer yesterday. Opposite field homer to
against
basically seal the win early on.
So he's been helping us.
Thank you, Michael.
He's been helping us out.
Once a Met, always a Met.
Yeah, we gotta stop with those sayings.
Listen, it was always a Giant thing.
I know,
and then the other team just kind of threw it together. It was like, oh yeah, it's our thing too.
Okay, but once a Met, always a Met means bad things.
Terrible things.
It sucks to be you. It means it sucks to be that guy.
Correct. Yeah. Right.
No Syndergaard. Once a Met, always a Met.
No one.
But I love what the whole once a Giant, always a Giant. If you sucked, you're not a once a Giant, always a Giant. Like Eric Flowers. No, God no.
He's not always a Giant. No.
Definitely not always a Giant.
Listen, Tiki may have had an out with the fan base, but still, once a Giant, always a Giant. Numbers wise, one of the best of all time.
Oh well, Tiki. Yeah, Tiki.
Yeah, you look at somebody like that. You know,
I don't know.
Jeremy Shockey will always be a Giant, even though he had a bad out at the end.
Tiki.
That was my favorite part of the 100 celebration. Seeing Jeremy Shockey alive and not fainting over the pool.
All right, boys. I will see you next week. Hopefully, the Giants play respectfully tomorrow night.
I'm not leaving at halftime.
Well, that will honestly be a start.
That's all I want. I'm
gonna be
dry until the end of the game.
My goal is to do a post-game video, so hopefully it's not at halftime. So baby steps. All right, boys. See you later.
Later, buddy. The Reds are down 5-2 to the Indians.
Okay. Guardians.
They'll always be the Indians, Vincent.
Guardians.
Fraley is up with the bases loaded.
Okay.
And he just lined out. that was my excitement.
All right.
That was my excitement. And in fairness, you're gonna go back and remake all the Major League movies? You're gonna go do a little dub volume and change it, be like every time they say the Indians, change it to the Guardians.
We might have to, yeah.
Emmanuel Chase has now gotten the most saves in Cleveland baseball history single season.
Yeah, he's really good.
What was the number that they showed? Blah, 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 blah.
He has now saved
47 games this season.
Yeah, he's got 43 years in a row now. 42, 44, 47.
44 was fourth on the list. Well, technically fifth, because the 43s are all even.
Yeah, he's really good.
Pirates win. The Pirates
raise the Jolly Roger.
And the Phillies win, because that game means anything. I mean, it means it for the bye, right? They get the one.
Yes.
They're ideally playing for the 1 seed.
They have I don't know if this is updated.
Well, it wouldn't be updated yet for tonight.
No, it probably wouldn't be. But they currently are a game better than the Dodgers. Or a game worse. I don't know. They're a game. They have one more win, but they have one more loss also. So it might be updated.
How does that even make sense?
That's what I'm saying. It might be updated because they played one more game with them. The Dodgers and Padres played Monday, so they played, and mostly everybody else started.
They
Tuesday.
played Monday also because they clinched it Monday. The Phillies.
Oh, you're right. I don't fucking know.
I was saying, didn't the Phillies clinch on Monday?
You're right. They did. Now that you're saying that, they did.
They ruined our shot at redemption for 08.
They don't even make the playoffs at this rate.
MLB scores. What's the Yankees score? Yankees are currently down 8-3 in the bottom of the fifth
They're
inning.
getting killed. Okay, so
you know what the crazy part about it? I'm gonna say it out loud now. I have money on the Orioles winning the division. Perfect week, and there you go. I can end up winning money.
No, I mean they're still like 5. Even if they win tonight, I think they're
4.
5. They'll be 4. Yeah, I mean it's
but they will own the tiebreaker by winning tonight.
Don't they play another game tomorrow?
They do, but tonight would be the game because they would take 2 out of 3. They'd win the tiebreaker.
Okay, but they have to win every game, and the Yankees have to lose every game.
Right, and who are they both playing the rest of the week? Yankees baseball. Yankees get the Pirates over the weekend.
Okay, then they're gonna win. Sorry, I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
And the Orioles get the Twins,
who they're also going to beat.
So
the Twins.
Go Pirates, go Bucks, go baby. Where's my family together Bucks hat to wear all weekend?
Unbelievable.
Oofa. What a hell of a swing by Giancarlo Stanton. I said to my friend today at work, I said, you did a lot of complaining about Anthony Rizzo this year, buddy. He goes, yeah, I go. I know a 31-year-old first baseman that's going to be a free agent this year.
Anthony Rizzo's not 31, is he?
I'm not talking about Anthony Rizzo.
I know. Oh, you're talking about replacing Anthony Rizzo. Okay. Got it.
And he goes, all I care about is signing Soto. Signing Soto and give me another starter. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
We didn't talk about this because it doesn't seem like they're going to do it. It shouldn't be that hard to move the wild card round to Tuesday. Or to Wednesday. Like, play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then whatever that series starts their series on Sunday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, the schedule's out. MLB playoff schedule. The schedule is out. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the wild cards. And then Saturday is all the game ones. And Saturday you got 4 game ones. Sunday you got 2 game 2s. Monday you got 2 game 2s. And then everything's basically just 2 days of each.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that hard to just move whatever
game
series
1 to game 1 to Sunday. Let them play it Sunday instead of game 2
instead of Saturday. Yeah, it's not that. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I looked away. The Yankees literally standing got to first base, made it bases loaded with 2 outs, and then the inning ended.
Yeah, that's how it happens with Stanton. The game ends.
Yeah, but he got on base. Like, he got a hit.
He got a hit, and then Jazz flew out on the first pitch.
Sucks to be him. All right, Vincent, when are you leaving?
Friday.
Are you going to make it to Milwaukee before the team or after the team?
Seems like after the team. They said they're leaving. They said they're leaving tomorrow. They're leaving in the middle of the hurricane?
They're going to fly the plane like the Indians did in Major League One.
This is Ryan Church getting on a plane all over again. You decided to leave in the middle of the hurricane.
What people don't really talk about, something that should be into consideration at this point, in my opinion. At least consideration. Maybe even a finalist. And those are for manager of the year. Got to
not
be up
crazy.
there. It's got to be up there, right?
I think the Brewers manager is up there. I think he probably wins it.
And the Padres manager.
I think you got to give AJ Hinch a lot of credit if the Tigers make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you get a National League and you get an American League, don't you?
I guess. I'm not really
Yeah, you
sure.
get 1 and 1.
Okay. So just looking at the standings, the Brewers, whoever the guy is now that replaced Council, gets some credit. And then, yeah, I mean, I think Mendoza's next in line.
Pat Murphy is the manager.
Good for him, Pat Murphy. I mean, they usually don't give it to the teams they expect to be good, so it's not going to go to Dave Roberts. It's not going to go to the Phillies guy is escaping me his name at the moment.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
It's not going to go to the the Padres maybe.
Rob Thompson is
Rob Thompson's the Philly guy.
Yeah.
The Padres is an old guy.
Is it Melvin? It's not Melvin.
It's either Melvin or Guerin.
Mike Schmidt.
Okay, they fired Melvin. That's what it was.
Completely wrong there, Vincent.
It's not Mike.
He replaced Bob Melvin.
Yes, he replaced Bob Melvin. Mike Schultz,
who got hired by the Giants.
Okay, I knew he went somewhere. I knew he had a job again.
Where was Butchie? Where did he end up retiring? In San Diego, right? He ended up retiring in San Diego.
Who?
What the hell was the guy's name? You know the guy. You remember the guy? Vin?
Talk about Bruce Bochy?
Yeah, there you go. That guy.
He's in Texas.
That's where I knew he was somewhere.
He won the World Series with them last year. He's
Fun fact, Vincent.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're gonna love this. In 2019, Padres had a manager for 8 games. Okay.
Okay.
After Andy Green was there from 2016 to 2019. For the final 8 games of the 2019 season, this manager went 1-7.
Okay.
By the name of Rod Barajas.
Rod Barajas. Now,
yes, the same Rod Barajas.
Deep down in my brain, I knew that. Because
we definitely laughed about it.
There's a 2019. We're going to go down the rabbit hole here. 2019 was the year that we went to San Diego, and the pitcher, whose name is no longer there, got mad that Pete won Rookie of the Month.
Yes, I remember.
And I remember seeing Rod Barajas in the dugout. Because it's Rod Barajas.
So I have a Tacoma update.
Is this a like really, really recent?
Just 1 minute ago.
What's up, Tony?
Okay, so he quote tweeted. So I'm going to read the original quote first. Brewers lose. The Phillies officially have a bye. They will be no worse than the number 2 seed. Game 1 of the National League Series is October 5th at Citizens Bank Park.
Okay.
So basically, the Brewers are a game away from the Dodgers. Are what, a game? No, 4. They have a 4 game. They have a 4 magic number 4. Okay, this is a good thing for the Mets because it's possible the Brewers will lock into the number 3 seed by Friday at this point, which would give them nothing to play for this weekend. Which could ideally turn Monday into just 1 game for a seeding.
Now, the problem here is that
we're the Mets and we're going to have to play both games on Monday.
One, it's just the way it's going to go. The other problem is, I think in order for them to be locked into the 3 seed, the Dodgers have to win, which then knocks the Padres down, which makes them less likely to play hard against the Diamondbacks this weekend.
Which is fine. Because...
No, we need the Diamondbacks to lose.
It doesn't matter as long as the Braves lose. Remember, it's 3 teams for 2 spots.
Right, but they're
At this
playing the
point.
Royals, who at this rate, the Twins might just call them and say we forfeit. I don't know. They're that bad. And the Royals lost 7 in a row before yesterday.
I know.
The American League is trash.
The great Keith Hernandez invokes the Scarlet Letter about the Mets' continued failures in Atlanta. Apparently, there was a whole thing about Keith Hernandez crying. Oh, so is this our boy Chris Young on MLB Network?
Chris B. Young, the outfielder.
Yeah, wasn't that our boy?
He does shit. Yeah. He was one of the Apple TV announcers for a while.
I remember.
I guess he's on MLB Network now.
White Sox currently up 3-2 on the Angels in the bottom of the 5th inning.
They have to lose another game.
Just one.
Just one game.
And they're not going to.
They're playing the Tigers this weekend, so the Tigers will beat them once.
Because the Angels are out White Soxing the White Sox.
I mean, which I didn't think was possible before today. Are they getting swept?
It would be 2. This is tomorrow's game 3.
Okay, tomorrow's game 3. Okay. Who's pitching?
Micah Wacha pitches for the Royals?
Does he pitch good?
I don't know, but he's pitching tomorrow.
Who's pitching now, you think? Take a guess. Don't look. Take a guess.
For who? The Royals?
Yeah. Who started today? Just take a guess.
Salvador Perez.
That's a great guess. I want to guess random people's names. Okay. You want to... On their team, this team is an absolute mess.
The Royals?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Tommy
first
Pham,
off, by the way, Michael Wacha is 13-8 with a 3.28 ERA this season.
Doesn't make any sense. Tommy Pham was leading off.
I knew they traded for him.
Bobby Witt.
Okay.
Their third hitter is somebody named Massey, who's hitting 257 with a 726 OPS. Never heard of that man. Salvi, one of the Gurriels. It's Yuli Gurriel, who was on the Astros. Hunter Renfroe.
The guy went from the Raiders to the Royals?
Correct. Yes.
Same guy. Same exact
starter. Michael Lorenzen. Marshawn Lynch came in and pitched relief. They have a guy named Lynch.
Ex-football players and just put them in.
Daniel Lynch the Fourth is this guy's name. He threw two shutout innings. They got a dude named Zerpa. Angel Zerpa. This team is fun.
Okay. If I told you Micah Wacha is 101-62 with a 3.89 ERA in 277 starts in the major leagues, would you believe me?
I feel like he's
256 starts.
I don't know. Michael Wacha's an enigma in my head. You know what the problem is? I think he's Wainwright, who I think is Chris Carpenter. Like, it's just the same guy. I don't know where it ends and where it begins.
Well, them and the Braves have a machine that just shoot guys out.
The Cardinal machine seems to be broken a little bit.
Who?
I don't think they have one right now, but it was Carpenter, and then it was Wainwright, and then it was him, and then it was Jack Flaherty, who now is gone. And I don't think they have another guy out of the mold.
Micah Wacha's been a major league starter since 2013. He was drafted in 2012.
You could have told me he was drafted in 2007. I would have been like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Who's pitching for the Cardinals? Let's take a guess. Eric Fetty, that guy we were talking about getting him.
He only has in 256 career starts.
Okay.
2 complete games.
Yeah, that's just not a thing anymore.
Yeah, but since 2013, he had to have at least.
It was a little bit of a thing then, I guess.
He has 2 shutouts in 2 complete games.
I just love looking at random box scores around.
This guy also has the game. This guy on top of it also has 2 holds and a save.
Let's go Twins. They tied the game. Yo, Carlos Correa is hitting 300 this year.
By the way, the worst Michael Wacha season. 2020 with the New York
By
Mets,
far.
where he went 1-4 with a 6.62 ERA.
6 ERA! And then he just left and he was like, oh, yeah, I'll pitch good again. No problem.
No, he went to Tampa. He went 3-5 with a 5 ERA. Then he went to Boston in 2022, went 11-2, and was like,
What
hey,
the
look what I
fuck?
can do. He was like, ooh, look what I can do. Then he went to the Padres, went 14-4, and now he's 13-8 with the Royals.
All these ERAs are mid threes. Like, what happened?
except for
Did he
two.
like? Is he doctoring the ball? Did he start throw a spitball? What happened?
You have to think the Met year he also quit in the middle. He like
Oh,
Cespedes didn't just
Everybody
walked away.
quit. I mean,
Atlanta, where people go to vanish.
he just disappeared.
He never came back.
That way, as mysteriously as he showed up, is as mysterious as he left. I'll never forget.
He came in on a horse and he just rode off on a horse.
I'll never forget that day. We were like, he might be dead.
We all hit the point where we're like, wait a minute, this may be like a serious thing. Like they like nobody knows where he is.
Nobody knows where. And they're like, oh yeah, he just left. Okay.
Nobody figured. Let's call the lobby. Maybe he checked out. Maybe he told them where he was going.
First of all, did you know it's a thing now where you don't have to check out a hotel, so you could just leave?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Because you're expected to leave at that time now. They just kind of expect you to. The courtesy thing is to go to the desk and be like, hey, I'm checking out of the room, blah, blah, blah.
Here's a card and whatever.
Right. And then but now they either email you, when you check in, they'll email you your bill. Like, they'll ask you if you want your bill emailed or it's slid under the door on your last morning. That may even be a better idea. Find out if your hotel has a bar.
See, we're not staying at a hotel. We're staying at an Airbnb because it's a bunch of us. It's
the whole family and everybody.
Well, it's okay. My dad, Uncle Mike and Aunt Jewel, my Uncle John, and my cousin
Karen's
John.
not going, you said, because she's from there. She doesn't want to go back.
She doesn't want to go back. She's done. She had enough of Wisconsin for her life. And they went back like I think they went back.
Haven't we all?
2-3 years ago, they went back and they went to a Cubs game. They did the whole area she grew up. They went to Chicago. They did everything. And
I don't know what's happening, but people are jerking each other off in Detroit. I don't know.
That's never good.
They're up 8-1.
Like
they're up 8-1.
I mean, the names are getting crazy. They have a guy named Dylan Dingler. And
he's the one who just got the hit. He's the one who just got the RBI.
Yeah. Dylan Dingler. Love it.
Royals win. Magic number is 3 for them.
Right. And now the Twins have tied the game. So they might not lose. We need the Royals to have to play as long as possible. So that they pitch like wait.
They're a half a game up on the Tigers.
The Royals?
Yeah.
They have a game on the Tigers.
But the Tigers haven't finished playing it today.
But the Tigers are also in the 3rd spot. It's the Twins.
The other crazy thing is that you say the Twins, if they win out, the Royals lose a couple of these games.
That's
Twins are going to the playoffs.
Okay, so you said what we said. Wacha pitches tomorrow for them. Who pitches against the Braves on? Do we know on Saturday?
It doesn't matter. The Cy Young Award winner pitches on Friday.
Is he pitching Friday?
He's got to be pitching Friday.
No, it's TBD at the moment. We don't know.
Well, yeah, because of the rain delays. But he was supposed to pitch today, so we're assuming he's pitching Friday.
But we're assuming he's pitching Friday. But if he's got to match up against the American League Cy Young Award winner Seth Lugo,
what a world! Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha are gonna beat us for a World Series with the Royals again.
Seth Lugo he just threw 7 innings against the Giants on the 22nd. So yeah, he's lined up to pitch this weekend. He is
Joel Sherman,
16-9 with a 3.03 ERA. Unbelievable. What is Joel Sherman?
Remember when we didn't want to make him a starter? That was fun.
Literally, do you know how long that lasted? That he came up in 2017.
Can we also talk about how we needed a starter the entire time he was there, and we never wanted to make him a starter?
Nope.
All right.
I
If the
don't know.
Diamondbacks are eliminated over the weekend and the Mets or Braves have not settled seeding, it will be at the commissioner's discretion whether to play Monday for seeding or not.
Okay, well he needs to discretion. He didn't discretion this
Basically,
week.
what we need is the Diamondbacks to get eliminated. Let the
Correct.
Mets and Braves to clinch by Sunday. That way, he can make that choice Sunday and say, "All right, we're gonna leave it."
Which I don't think is possible.
If you leave it the way it, I don't care. Just leave it. Just leave it. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to go back to Atlanta. I hate playing in Atlanta. It's bad enough we're gonna probably end up being there in the NLCS.
Never
Bad
want to
enough
go back there ever again.
Like,
I
come on,
can't wait-
Hurricane, do your job. Do
I
your
don't-
job. Like
I
New
don't know if
Orleans
you-
is shit.
I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed this. Howie Rose every once in a while like goes off on these rants how they're gonna ruin baseball and like redo the divisions.
Please
He's
put
like
the Braves put the Braves in
anywhere else.
Europe. Let them go play in Europe. Let them be the team. Let them be the Jaguars of baseball.
I
Go
will
play in Europe and stay away.
Playing the Yankees in our division every fucking week instead of playing them.
I'll play the Yankees and Red Sox.
Yeah,
twice.
Because like our COVID
6 times a
division was
month.
like the Yankees, the Red Sox.
I saw it. It was the Mets, Phillies, Yankees, Red Sox would be a division.
Or if you need 5,
And I think Toronto would be the other
or like
team
put
because
Toronto with us, or the Orioles with us. I don't know, whatever you want to. The Orioles probably
the
should
Orioles
go with
would be with
the Braves
Washington.
and the Marlins and the
Right. Because if you're gonna do
Tampa.
5, then you do Toronto, Boston, Mets, Yankees, Phillies,
Great.
and then you go down and you do Orioles, Nationals,
Marlins,
Marlins, Rays.
Correct. Perfect. Wonderful.
I'm in.
I don't want to see them.
I'll play the Braves 6 times a year. That's it.
Yeah.
6 games a year. I'll go there
That's
for 3, and that's it.
I'm not gonna watch them.
And guess what? If we have to play them in the World Series, guess what? I'm not watching that year. The World Series. Because fuck that shit. It's bad enough watching them win the NLCS all the time. You think I want to watch them win the World Series at Citi Field?
You and I know a lot about the New York Mets. I didn't
Unfortunately.
know there was a 1998 collapse against the Braves.
Shocking.
I wasn't aware that was
Shocking.
a thing.
There was a collapse. The Mets collapse, and look at what we're doing now. We're getting rained out. We're going to lose all 3 games in Milwaukee. Monday's going to mean nothing because we're not making the playoffs, Vincent.
But these are good things.
New York Met magic.
Not missing the playoffs. Not having to play the Braves right this second is a great thing. The Braves are like homework. Push them back as far as way back. I'll do it.
I need my dog to eat my homework right now.
Correct. The hurricane ate my homework. I will deal with it. It's 10:30 at night, and you go to your mom and say we got to go to the store to get construction paper or whatever.
Ma, I need construction paper. When's the project due? 8:00 tomorrow.
Tomorrow. But you know what? At 10:00, when you didn't say anything, there's a possibility that your teacher picked up the phone and went, "You don't have to do that project," and hung up. That's what this is. Just as far as I don't have to think about it. I'm also on vacation. I took vacation next week.
You're going to be crying all week after we lose
all
2
we're
games
doing.
in Atlanta. In Atlanta on Monday. We're going to lose 2 games in Atlanta on Monday, get eliminated from the postseason, and you're just going to have to sit at home and think about it all week.
So thankfully, I have class Monday, and I have a test, so I have to go. And I can't just sit here.
Jabi's in.
What?
The Tigers put Jabi in.
Oh, the new guy.
The phenom. The guy who looks like he's belongs in high school. Like he had to call his mom to get a permission slip signed to play in this game.
Talk about the 1998 Mets for a second. They went to Atlanta the last weekend of the season. I think they had to win a game to get the wild card, and they got swept.
Shocking.
You want to talk about some guys that were on this team? That's just a lot of fun.
Okay, let's see. Bernard Gilkey, Todd Hundley. That was Piazza's first year.
Todd Hundley's here. He's on the bench. Yeah, Todd Hundley did not. Todd Hundley was really bad that year.
That was the year he was hurt. That's why they traded for Piazza that year. Was Rico Brogna on that team? No.
No.
Who was the second? Carlos Baerga. Ray Donez
Olerud,
was at short.
Ordonez,
Eh,
Fonzie.
Fonzie.
Fonzie was at third.
Which is where he was the following year also.
No, because
No, he got moved to second.
99
he
was
got
when they flipped him because they got Ventura.
because they got Ventura with Mike Bordick in 2000 because Ray Donez got hurt on a throwdown from Piazza in LA. The guy's spikes came up and fractured Ray Donez's arm.
Yep.
Because that guy was the most fragile human being in the world. Because he couldn't hit the baseball.
I want to look at Ray Ordonez's stats in 2000 before he got hurt, but they're like not.
He was
here.
like crushing the baseball.
I'm not. I think he hit. It's just crazy to say. I think he hit 3 home runs. That's why I'm looking.
He had like a career high in home runs.
No, he didn't. It was the next year. He was doing nothing. He played 45 games and he hit 188. The next year he hit. I think he hit 3 home runs the next year.
Let's see. The outfield had to be Bernard Gilkey.
Yes.
Brian McRae.
It was.
Brian McRae. And was Butch still on the team in 98?
And Butch Husky. I'm just looking. Luis Lopez. That was a name that hung around.
Mo
My
Rojas.
guy. The first autograph I ever got in my life. Lenny Harris.
Lenny Harris was a boss.
Pratt.
Jobby got the final 3 outs. The Tigers won.
Good for him. Jay Payton. Of course. Let's look at this rotation. My man Rick Reed just doing work. Al Leiter went 17-6 with a 2.47. Al Leiter was a beast.
Al Leiter.
Give
me Rick. You said Rick Reed.
Rick Reed, of course.
Bobby J. Jones.
Bobby, I don't know if it's Jay or not, but it's definitely Bobby Jones.
Bobby M.
White
Jones.
Bobby Jones. I'm just gonna say it. It's our show.
Right. Because I just Googled Bobby M. Jones, and that was not, and he is not white.
Nope. That was Bobby M. Jones.
Nope. Bobby J. Jones was the Met. That was my guy.
One hitter against the Giants.
Yes. In the postseason. 98 rotation. So who else had it? It wasn't Hampton. He didn't come until 2000.
Correct.
Where did we go? The 4-man Cookie Rojas was in the bullpen.
He wasn't. No, he was. He was bad. He had a 6 ERA.
He was awful. Every time he came in the game, my dad would tell me to go to sleep because it was over. It was basically like watching Adam Ottavino now.
So we had our guy Masato Yoshi was 4.
Okay.
And then Nomo was a little bit that season. Not great. Okay. But he was there. And of course, I mean,
that's kind of weird. I feel like Nomo 98 was the first year he was in LA. 95 then maybe he joined LA, maybe, or 96.
We traded him to LA that season.
He was here first?
Seems like it. He's on the 98 Mets and then he's on the 98 Dodgers. Nope, we got him from LA in 98. Sorry. His first year is 95.
Okay. That's what I figured. I was like, I remember him going there. The Phenom was there for the
I get confused
because he was there first.
He went back at the end to the Dodgers.
Right.
I got confused.
I don't remember.
He pitched to 2008. That's
don't forget the great all-time great Dennis Cook was on that 98.
I mean, this is the best bullpen ever. Dennis
Turk
Cook,
Wendell,
2.38 ERA. Turk Wendell, 2.93 ERA, and then Franco shutting the thing down, 38 saves.
The craziest part about it is we felt like we needed Benitez later on.
Well, Franco had a 3.62 ERA, and he just didn't strike people out. Like he just refused to strike people out.
Yeah, but that's the baseball he grew up on. It was hit the ball, beat me by hitting the ball, and let my team behind me kick your ass. That was what a closer's job was from early 90s on.
John Franco. Was he bad the next? No, they got Benitez the next year.
99, Benitez came to the Mets.
Right?
Maybe he was hurt, John Franco?
I'm looking. Benitez was the closer. John Franco, he pitched in 46 games, so he must have been hurt. Because that's not the normal amount.
2002 was his Tommy John year.
What's the asterisk? Left-handed. That's a stupid thing. 99 bullpen. Benitez with a 1.85 ERA. God, he was so good in the regular season. Yeah, so I guess they got him to set up. Yeah, they signed him to set up because Franco had pitched in 46 games and had 19 saves. So I'm assuming he started the season closing and then got hurt.
Vincent, how would you like a Glendon Rush story before we leave?
I'd love one Glendon Rush story before I go.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get a date for you.
I'm gonna look up Franco's game log. Yeah, he got hurt in July, and then came back in September.
I need to get the exact date of this.
I'm really curious about this Glendon Rush. I'm trying to see if I can remember Glendon Rush doing something crazy. He gave up somebody's home run. I think it was McGuire's.
Nope, Steve Traxel gave up McGuire's.
You're right, he did. That's what I was getting confused with. It was Steve Traxel. God.
All right, Vincent.
The human rain delay. Go ahead. What's the Glendon Rush story?
And he wasn't a Met for this, by the way.
He's on the Cubs?
He was a Brewer at this point. On April 26, 2002.
Okay.
My dad and I are at Shea Stadium for
First
Mets
of all,
Brewers.
He led the league in losses in 2002. That's just a fact. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. Anyway. Anywho, first off, I'm looking at this Brewers lineup. Eric Young Sr., Ronnie Bell, Jeffrey Hammonds, Richie Sexson, Alex Ochoa, Jose Hernandez, Gareth Jenkins, Raul Casanova, and then Glendon Rush was the 9-hitter. Our lineup was Roberto Alomar, John Valentine, Mo Vaughn. Fonzie was the cleanup hitter in this game.
Why?
Jeremy Burnett's.
Oh, we had Jeremy Burnett's at this time.
Jay Payton. Roger Cedeno was batting 7th. Vance Wilson bat 8th. And the starter in this game for the New York Mets Sean Estes.
This is some pitcher's duel we got going on here.
Right?
What the hell happened?
What
got into these two?
First off, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Who hit the homer?
Jay Payton.
Of course he did.
Second inning. If I remember correctly, Glendon Rush had a no-no through. Where's their first hit? Bottom of 6, top of 6, no hits. Top of the 7th. He went.
No, he hit a home run in the second inning.
Yes, but Glendon Rush went 6 innings, no perfect. 6 innings, perfect, until Eric Young Sr. hit a single to left field. But the significance of that day is me and my father.
Sean Estes, you're saying? Okay, I got you.
Was the Mets starter? Yeah. Oh yeah, Sean Estes had the no-hitter. Glendon Rush was the Brewers pitcher. But it was a pitching duel between Sean Estes and Glendon Rush. That's all that matters.
This is magic.
My father and I sitting in, I believe it was the green mezzanine seats with my cousin David and the grandfather, and him and I with our Walkman listening to Game 5 of the New York Islanders at the Toronto Maple Leafs on our Walkman, watching this baseball game and not realizing that there was a no-hitter, perfect game going through 5 innings already. And we're like, what is happening here? And then next thing you know, Darcy Tucker took Michael Pekka's knee out, and that was the end of everything.
Well, I mean, that was Game 7. But...
No, that was Game 5.
Oh, it was Game 5. That's why Game 6 happened. You're right.
Game 5, going to Game 6, where we won, and then we lost that Game 7.
Right, but it was chaos and fucking, what's his name?
Well, we blew him out. We blew him out. And, 2 of the 3 Coliseum games, they blew him out. And then there was the other game where they had the penalty shot. Game 4 was the penalty shot, which people don't realize was Game 4, because if you remember correctly, after he hits the penalty shot, he jumps into Michael Pekka's arms. And I don't think with a guy with a broken knee is going to get a player on the ice to jump into his arms.
What happened in Game? Oh no, right. Game 6 is chaos. I'm looking at it right now.
The Shane Carson and the Eric Cairns walking up.
It's roughing and fighting and hooking and unsports. It's madness.
Yep.
Ty Domi,
Shane Carson, and Darcy Tucker.
Cairns, Shane Carson. Yeah, right.
And then the following December, Toronto came to town. It was almost Tavares returning moment.
Game 7, jeez.
I think they got blown out in Game 7 too, if I remember correctly.
They lost 4-2. Yashin scored early. Then the Leafs scored 3 in a row. Kip Miller got one early in the third to give us hope, and then they scored an empty netter.
Right. We had hope. We always had hope in the playoffs, except for, the year we played the Lightning.
Correct. Well, there was hope. Chris Osgood
got traded the following season for P.A. Parento.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
P.A. Parento?
Not P.A. Parento. Oh my God, what the fuck was this kid's name?
I was gonna say, what's his name? You're close. You're very close.
JB.
Justin Papineau.
That's what it was. Justin Papineau.
Papineau and Parento are the same thing.
It's the same guy.
He got traded with a third to the Blues for a second, which they used to pick Jeremy Colliton and that guy.
Future head coach, great in the NHL, by the way.
Not great, but yes. Unbelievable. Anyway.
Blue Jackets had 13-second moment of silence before their preseason game tonight.
Are they going to retire 13?
No.
They should. Anyway.
Listen, Saturday, 12 o'clock. It's all about the orgy. Then we'll worry about baseball.
What did I miss?
Alex Orgy is the starting quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. He was the guy who came in to run the option all of last season. So people thought he was going to win the job. But they gave the job to this other kid because he was more of a passer / can move around like similar to JJ. But after 3 interceptions against Bowling Green, was it Bowling Green? Who did we play a couple weeks ago? The week after Texas.
I don't know. We should have an Acuna brother home run derby on Monday instead of playing games.
No, one of them has one leg, so it doesn't count.
That's why and one of them.
Oh, he threw 3 picks against Fresno State. That's what it was. No, Fresno State, we blew them out. Arkansas State.
One of them has one leg. The other one's 5'9". I think it's an even battle. Anyway.
In Atlanta, though.
Sure.
Gotta do it in Atlanta. Anyway, with that being said.
Play it in a swimming pool for all I care.
Enjoy. Oh, let's go do it in Arizona.
Yeah.
That way one could chill in the hot tub while the other one's hitting.
Correct. I was in a weird spot going to this week because I was like, I want them to win 2 out of 3, but then it means the games I'm going to in Milwaukee mean nothing. And It would just be like, let's just party and see. Now the game is 100% mean something. I'm going to be locked in and hope for the best. You got to believe, and that's it.
This has Ryan Church hitting it to the wall on Sunday, written all over it, Vincent.
I still haven't gotten
still get nightmares over that. Yes. That ball was gone. That ball
was going.
The ballpark. And the Marlins. It was the Marlins.
Okay. Speaking of that, though, we've had a lot of bad relief pitchers in our life. Scott Schoenweiss is still the one that I think is the worst and that annoys me the most. I never want to hear that name, and yet I'm the only one that says it. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. Scott Schoenweiss. God.
I'll make it worse for you. Tom Glavine.
See,
that one hurt a lot more because which hurt more? The John Maine basically perfect the day before, and he homered John Maine. Keep in mind. And then Tom Glavine performance, or the Johan Santana basically perfect game at Shea Stadium on Saturday.
The Glavine one hurts more because Glavine got rocked. Ollie pitched fine the next day after Johan. He pitched fine. Like they lost. It was like 4-2.
It was like 3-2.
For whatever. It was close.
I still blame putting Ryan Church on an airplane because if you don't do that earlier in that season, he doesn't have headaches later in the year, and he's good to go.
You know what this really all goes back to?
Atlanta.
No.
Atlanta.
I don't know where was the cab that they got in? Were they in Florida?
Miami.
If that cab was in Atlanta, I was gonna flip my shit.
Dwayne Sanchez was in Miami.
That I remember. Sanchez in the cab. It really is the turning point of the franchise.
Right. Because Aaron Heilman doesn't pitch the 8th inning.
No, he doesn't pitch the 9th inning.
He doesn't pitch the 8th inning or the 9th inning in Game 7.
Why did
Maybe
he
the
pitch
7th.
both innings? Why did he pitch both innings? Why didn't they bring in
162 games that season, and he never pitched. And Billy Wagner pitched every 9th inning at Shea Stadium.
I mean, I know he had gotten roughed up a little bit early in the series, but why? Oh, I'll never get over that. Like
Willie Randolph needs to be sat down with a light over his head, interrogated, and I need to know. What were you thinking when you said, you know what? It's now game 170, whatever we're at this point of our
roughly
season.
170, roughly.
Right. So 162 regular season games, right? We played 3 against the Dodgers.
That was 7. So it was game 172.
It was like 172, 175, somewhere in that range. The first time all fucking season, you decide, yeah, we're at Shea Stadium. We're gonna let this guy pitch 2 innings here, and not let Billy Wagner pitch the 9th inning.
I gotta look this up now.
One
Aaron Heilman.
fucking time in
Aaron
170
Heilman,
fucking games.
Another guy who wanted to be a starter. Aaron Heilman was Seth Lugo before Seth Lugo.
Aaron Heilman died for Seth Lugo to be Seth Lugo.
Right. He pitched multiple innings a couple times. The first game
he definitely pitched well.
He pitched fine.
But he never answered that question. That's my problem.
I don't know why he didn't pitch. Now I have to go.
Willie Randolph needs to have a book come out about his career and his life, and then just have.
This is why he never got another job, because he wouldn't answer this question.
Right.
I'm sure he got another interview, and they were like, "So why didn't you go to Wagner?" And he's like, "I'm not answering that." And they're like, "Okay, well, you're not getting a job. Goodbye. Sorry."
Oh.
I'm looking at their lineup. Did he get anybody out in the 9th inning? It's a good question. Let me look. He struck. It even started with Jim Edmonds. Why wouldn't you bring it to lefty? He struck out Jim Edmonds. Roland got a hit, and Yachty hit a 2-run home. And then he got 2 more outs. He got the next 2 guys out. Jose Reyes hit that line drive in the 9th inning. I was sure it was going to be a hit.
Who was it?
Would you have pinch hit? So that was another thing I remember people getting on him at the time. So Valentin and Chavez get hits.
Right.
The pitcher spots up and he pinch hits Cliff Floyd instead of somebody who
home run.
But instead of somebody who he struck out, but he might have hit another one of those foul ones. The thing was that he should have pinch hit somebody to bunt. I don't know, whoever, the pitcher, Glavin, whatever. Would you? I don't know. I feel like I would have pinch hit somebody to bunt.
It doesn't matter. Aaron Heilman still pitched the 9th inning. Who gives a shit?
How did he do in the 8th inning, you think?
Must have been good enough to let him pitch the 9th.
He got David Eckstein to ground out. He struck out Scott Spezio, who killed us that series. They walked Pujols with nobody on. And he struck out Juan Encarnacion. Okay. I don't know why he let him.
All right. Giants D-backs are going on MLB Network.
All right.
That's the end of this episode.
Giants.
Michael Conforto, remember my guy.
Remember.
What's Wilmer Flores up to these days? Where's our boy
He's
Wilmer?
still on the team.
Is he doing anything on the team?
Let's see. Does he play? Is he playing in this game? We need him if he is.
Well, he's batting .206 this season, so
he's not playing. So probably for the best.
I mean,
Wilmer, what happened, Wilmer? He was so good. Is he even on the team anymore?
He's definitely on the team.
I think he got traded.
No, they have a right-hander on the mound today. That's why.
Okay, he's not on their bench though. They have their bench listed, and he's not there.
Maybe they moved him to the bullpen.
Wilmer Flores. Let's go news. Oh, he had knee surgery. Okay.
Oh, that would explain that.
Got it. So he's not playing. Sorry, Wilmer.
Still love you.
Still love you, bud. Carl
I
Yastrzemski's
can't wait for
grandson.
Wilmer
Let's go.
Flores Hall of Fame Day at Citi Field.
Can't wait.
He
All
better
right.
be at the next Old Timers Day.
Is Conforto playing? Yeah, he's hitting 5th. Okay, got it. Let's go, Mike. We need you. All right.
Caitlin Clark has been knocked out of the playoffs.
That sucks for their ratings. All right.
Enjoy your trip. Have fun. Go Mets. Fuck the Packers.
Fuck you. Let's fucking hope, man.
Tuggy said it the best, right? Gotta believe.
You have to believe. You have no other choice.
We don't really have much of a choice.
Really?
We're going to Atlanta on Monday. We're both going to be sitting there. I'm going to be at work. You'll be at home. We're both going to be hysterical crying with our hands over
How can I take
our
a
face.
test with this game? You know what's going to happen is it's going to come down to the last game, and I'm going to be taking a test during the last game.
Yeah, but it starts at 1 o'clock, so you may be
Right.
on the way to the test by the end of the game too.
No.
Let's say
the whole thing starts at 1 o'clock.
We're going to think it positively, Vincent.
Okay. We're going to be good.
Only going to play one game because
Correct.
it's only going to be for seeding.
That's it.
We're only playing game 1.
And we're
going to play Tyler McGill pitches 4 innings, Adam Ottavito pitches 4 innings.
That's it.
And one of the Youngs could pitch an inning.
Sure. One of the Youngs.
one of those lefty kids could pitch one of the innings there.
We could worry about it later that we don't have a good lefty, and fuck it. All right. You got to believe.
See you guys next week.